Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am making two wreaths, showing you two different ideas for fall. One is a hula hoop wreath and one is a wreath made with embroidery hoop. The first one that I'm going to do is the hula hoop one. So the first thing I do is try and take out all this shiny stuff off of it just to leave it black. Once you're done with that, you can either spray paint it whatever color you wanted. I wanted to try out this string. Not sure why I'm doing this, but that's what I wanted to do, and I got this from B&M Bargains. I am just gonna wrap this round. It took me quite a while to do this, but I started by hot glue. I use a hot glue and put to attach the string to the hoop, and then I'll wrap a few times and then I will hot glue it again just to make sure that it was sturdy. I found that just taking a little bit of the thread and just going over it, and that made sense. It was easier that way. So this is what it looks like once it is all done. I was doing this at night. As you can see, it's a bit dark. And then the following day I got all my flowers ready. So these are the ones that I am going to be using. I started by putting all my greenery first. I wanted just to make sure that that sat the way I wanted it to. I didn't want the flowers all throughout the wreath, so I'm just gonna angle that and then start to add all these beautiful pink hue type flowers on it as well. They're like succulents, but they've got this pink hue to them. I didn't want it to look all brown and orange, you know, the typical colors for autumn. I wanted it to still look fresh and beautiful. So once I was done with all the greenery, I added these three flowers. They've got a pink hue to them as well. I wanted to keep it still nice and fresh, and I wanted to kind of have a wreath that I could use all year round, because this will work in any season whatsoever. I'm not putting any traditional fall anything on here like pumpkins and things like that. I added a string at the top to use it to hang it with, and then when I was done, I was looking at it and I thought it needed a little bit more of something. So I found this baby breath. All these flowers are things that I had at home. I didn't buy anything new at all except for the hoop and the string. So I'm just adding this white baby breath because it looked too green to me. I wanted a little bit of freshness to it, so I'm adding a few baby breaths around the wreath still. This is the finished wreath. I love it. I like how big it is. I think it's quite overwhelming in the space. It's so big, it's very commanding in its space, which is quite nice. And I like it because I can use it in so many different spaces in my home. I'm just hanging it in my living room just to show you guys for now. I'm not sure I'm going to use this yet. But I absolutely love this. I love how nice and fresh it is. Like I said, you can use this all year round. You can decide to add pumpkins to this if you wanted to, but I chose not to. Onto my second wreath. So I'm using a embroidery hoop and then these tassels that I made using this macrame thread as well as knitting thread, wool. I use this one because it's got some kind of gold hue to it. It's really, really pretty. I got it from B&M Bargains. So nice. And then I'm gonna add some flowers, obviously. I wanted to make a really simple wreath to put on my front door. I just didn't want it to be complicated at all. I wanted it so simple. So to make the, I'm so sorry I lost the footage for how I made the the tassels, but it's super simple. You just take a cardboard for the size that you want your tassels to be, wrap it round, and then cut the bottom and then tie it like I'm doing right here. And then at the end of it, you just tie the thread where you want it to end, and then snip the bottom just to make sure that it is nice and that the levels are the same, so you're making them to look uniform. If you want me to show you how I do this, let me know. I will do another video, but I thought everybody kind of knew how to make tassels. And then I'm just adding one pumpkin on this one. I'm just going to use one pumpkin. Like I said, I want it to be really understated. And then I'm just going to add some flowers around it and just kind of fill it as I go along.
Looking for something, chasing the sun. All those days trying to find a place where you only can just be alone. All those nights lying by your side, like it's a bright, feeling it shine under your spotlight.
I absolutely love these last greenery that I'm using. I like the fact that it looks very white and kind of snowy, and it's nice and soft, so it makes the wreath just looks really light and airy, which is really what I was going for. I wanted really minimal look to this. When I was done adding the greenery, it felt kind of bare to me, and I had these flowers that I picked up from Poundland quite a while ago, beginning of summer, and I thought I would just take out all the buds and I add it all around the wreath, and it just kind of brings it to life to me. And then I'm going to add the tassels, and how I added them is to do one slightly longer than the other, and this is what the wreath looks like. I absolutely love it on my front door. This is exactly what I wanted, something really simple, because I wanted the tassels and the pumpkin to shine through. I love it. Tell me what you think. Which one was your favorite? What are you doing on your door for the autumn? Do you actually have a wreath? Do you never think about doing one? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. If you are new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.